What if everything you've been told about getting rich was a lie? For decades, society has pushed the idea that wealth is built by saving a portion of your paycheck, investing in safe mutual funds, and waiting 40 years for compound interest to do its magic. It's a slow, painful grind where you spend your prime years waiting for retirement, only to realize that inflation has eaten away half of your wealth. But look around. Have you ever met a 30-year-old millionaire who got there by clipping coupons and maximizing their 401k? Unlikely. The truth is, real wealth isn't built over decades. It happens in a big financial explosion, a sudden shift from zero to millions. The rich don't trickle their way to wealth, they leap. Let's dig deeper into this concept and uncover how anyone can learn to play the same game if they're willing to rethink their approach. The wealth equation you were never taught. Let's break this down. Wealth isn't just about how much money you save. It's about how much your assets are worth and how much control you have over them. Here's the formula. Wealth, profitability, plus asset, value. Most people focus on earning a paycheck. The wealthy focus on building something that grows in value and can be sold for millions. Think of two paths. The employee path, trading time for money. You trade time for money. Maybe you save 10% of your paycheck, invest in the stock market, and hope for an 8% return over decades. Meet Sarah, a diligent accountant who has been working at the same firm for 20 years. She loves her job, but she's frustrated. Despite promotions and annual bonuses, her savings account barely budges. Over dinner with her friend Mike, she sighs, "I've been doing everything right, saving, investing, but I'm still nowhere near financial freedom." Mike nods thoughtfully. "Sarah, you're playing the addition game. Every hour you trade equals a fixed amount of money. It's safe, sure, but it's also capped. What if you could multiply your efforts instead?" 2. The business builder. Path. Building assets that grow exponentially. You build an asset that makes money and increases in value exponentially. Now meet Rachel, a fitness trainer who decided to scale her efforts differently. Instead of training clients one-on-one, Rachel created an app offering personalized workout plans. Within 3 years, her app had over 100,000 subscribers paying $10 per month. When she sold the app to a larger tech company, she walked away. With $5 million, back at the dinner table, Mike continues. Rachel didn't reinvent fitness. She just scaled her knowledge. Instead of trading her time for dollars, she built something that worked for her while she slept. The difference? The first one is linear. The second one is exponential. How millionaires really get rich. Let's look at real-world examples. Sarah Blakely. From shapewear to billionaire status, Sarah Blakely started a small business selling shapewear from her apartment. She bootstrapped, scaled, and when she sold a stake in Spanx, she walked away with $1 billion net worth. Imagine sitting down with Sarah during an interview. She explains her journey. "At first, I was skeptical. I thought only tech geniuses could build empires. Then I realized I didn't need to reinvent fashion. I needed to solve a problem. Once I hired designers to bring my vision to life, the rest fell into place." Brian Chesky, turning air mattresses into Airbnb. Brian Chesky and his co-founders turned an air mattress rental idea into Airbnb, a multi-billion-dollar empire. They didn't get rich by saving their salaries. They built something valuable and sold it for millions. During a podcast episode, Brian reflects, "We didn't start with a grand plan. We just saw a problem. People needing affordable lodging, and created a solution. Once we scaled globally, the value skyrocketed." These people didn't work for 40 years. They didn't rely on a paycheck. They created an asset and sold it at a high multiplier. What's your multiplier? Every business or asset has a multiplier, a number that determines how much someone will pay to acquire it. For example, a tech startup might sell for 10 to 20x its annual profit. A software company can be worth 30x or more of its revenue. A small consulting firm might only sell for 2 to 4x earnings. The higher the multiplier, the faster wealth accelerates. Compare the two wealth paths. Let's say two people earn $100,000 per year. Person A, employee, works 40 years, saves 10% of their paycheck. After 4 decades, they might have $2 to $3 million. Person B, business builder, starts a business that makes $100,000 in profit per year. Sells it for 10x earnings, walking away with a $1,000 in a single deal. One waited a lifetime to see a few million. The other made it happen in a few years. Your action plan: want to shift from the slow track to the fast track? Here's how. 1. Stop thinking like an employee. A paycheck alone will never make you rich. Take Alex, a graphic designer tired of freelancing. He noticed many clients asked for similar designs, so he created a library of customizable templates. Customers loved them, and soon, he was making more from template sales than client projects. Over coffee with a friend, Alex shares his secret. I stopped trading hours for dollars. Now, I create once and sell repeatedly. It's all about shifting from effort-based income to system-based income. Build an asset. It could be a business, a digital product, a brand, or intellectual property. Consider Lisa, a musician who struggled to make ends meet through gigs alone. One day, she uploaded her beats to a licensing platform. Within months, her tracks were being used in commercials, podcasts, and even indie films. Now, she earns passive income every time someone uses her music. Lisa shares her secret during a podcast interview. It wasn't about talent, it was about exposure. By putting my work on a scalable platform, I reached audiences I never could have on my own. Scale it, increase its value, its profit, and its reach. Take David, a coder, who created a browser extension that saves businesses time. Initially, he marketed it himself, but once he partnered with a larger tech company, his user base exploded. Eventually, he sold the extension for $4 million. Reflecting on his journey, David admits, scaling wasn't easy, but it was worth it. Once I automated processes and expanded globally, the growth was unstoppable. 4. Sell or leverage. It either reinvest in growth or sell it for a massive payout. Emma, a food blogger, created a cookbook and licensed her brand to a meal delivery company. Her initial investment of time paid off exponentially as her system scaled, beyond her direct involvement. In a Q&A session, a fan asks, "How did you know this would work?" Emma smiles. "Honestly, I didn't. But I focused on providing value. If you help enough people, the money follows." Which game are you playing? As you reflect on this, ask yourself, what problem can you solve? What skill can you package? What system can you scale? Because the truth is, the hidden paths to wealth are all around us. You just need to open your eyes and take the first step.